I don't usually do like a big intro.
Okay.
But if you want to, do you want to real quick throw out your social media, how people can find you, anything you want to plug?
Yeah, my name is Brent Terhune. You can find me at brentcomedy.com is the website. And then at Brent Terhune is pretty much everything, social media. And I do a podcast. It's a horror movie podcast called They're Coming to Get You. Every week it's me and another comic, and we watch a new, not a new horror movie, but a horror movie and talk about it, hopefully be funny about it.
Yeah, I love that idea. I love a podcast with an actual like theme to it.
It's give us criteria.
Yeah.
Because I also have done podcasts where I would just talk.
Yeah.
And then that's cool. But if you give me a direction, I think it's better.
That's why when I was coming up with this, I was like, okay, I want it to be something where it's like a game, but doesn't matter. And there's like no real winner or loser or whatever. And my kids were arguing one day about the best, I think it was like the best Pixar movie. And they were going back and forth. And I was sitting there and I was like, oh, this is kind of fun. This is interesting. So the whole idea is like anytime somebody says, oh, this is the best, it's just their opinion. You can't prove it right or wrong, but it's fun to kind of argue. So I like to come up with questions about things that don't matter in the slightest, and then sit down with people and, have fun conversations with it, and you clip it up, throw it on social media. I'll have questions up here on the screen. They'll have examples on there. You don't have to pick from the examples. It's just there to like help jog the memory.
Okay.
Because if I said like, hey, what's the best horror movie, you'd be like, but if I had like six questions or six examples, you know what I mean? So first one I always start off with, this is a good one, especially for you because you're a road guy. You're on the road all the time. Best gas station chains.
Oh, okay. So we're factoring in, okay, I see Pilot. So those are the truck stops. I'll have to ask you, have you been to a Sheetz?
I have been to a Sheetz. Yes. You're the second person in like the last week that has brought up a Sheetz.
Yeah.
Very few people know about them because they're not in Missouri. They're not kind of...
Like Pennsylvania is where I really hit a Sheetz. Somewhere in Ohio too, Yeah. What about Wawa?
Oh, I love a Wawa. I went to Wawa in Virginia last year or maybe the year before. I don't know. But everybody was like, oh, I hear a lot of East Coast guys like, oh, Wawa's the best. And I was like, let's try it. And I went and I was like, oh, this is pretty good.
Now, have you been to a Buc-ee's?
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
The only thing, my biggest denotion for Buc-ee's is it's going to add an hour to your journey.
And $100 probably.
Yeah, well, yeah. That's, but, I mean, for the snacks. You know what I mean? But... pulling in and finding a gas pump, even though there's 70 of them, there's, 700 people trying to get in and get out. And it adds so much time to your trip. And then you get in and you walk around and it's pretty overwhelming.
It's like if the inside of a Cracker Barrel was also a gas station.
Yeah. I've always said it's like Disney and Walmart had a baby.
Yeah.
And like, they were like, hey, how do we take this rodent and make it family friendly, but on the way to Branson, because we were in Branson last year together, there's one in Springfield, Missouri.
Okay.
And I drove through there like late at night and there was no one there and it was perfect. I felt like I was shopping. Like I was just kind of walking around, taking my time, browsing.
That Walmart at 2 a.m. feeling.
It's so funny because you know how like at Buc-ee's they do the thing where they bring out the brisket and then they call out like fresh brisket on the floor and they like hold it up like it's like a communion wafer or whatever.
It's Simba.
Yeah. Yeah. Which you could tell me that's made out of baby lion. I'd still eat it. It's delicious. Yeah. But the funny thing is that I was there at like 2 a.m. and they still do it. Even though I was like the only person in the store, they just real quiet about it. They're like, fresh brisket on the floor, like that. But they still go through the motions, even though no one's in there.
There's probably a sheet in the back. They're like, I said the Simba thing.
Yeah, I said the brisket thing 6 times today. So
yeah.
No.
Okay, so it's and then you've probably been to Casey's General Store as well.
Oh yeah, a lot of comics like to brag about their airline miles. I brag about my Casey's points.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are your criteria for judging a gas station?
Clean bathroom.
Yeah.
because I'm usually, when I stop at a gas station, it's 1 for gas, 2 to pass gas. So I want to, because sometimes you stop at a Speedway or something, and I feel like when you go to the bathroom at a Speedway, you could probably skip washing your hands because I feel like everything else is dirtier than what I just touched.
Exactly.
It's so gross.
That's how I feel about Chevron.
Yeah.
Every Chevron I see, I'm like, there's got to be something better. There's got to be something better.
There's been no attempt to even clean in here at all.
No.
And then I love when you go to one of those older gas stations where it has the hand drying thing, but it's that cloth
that just rotates around.
That's been there for 30 years.
That's so gross.
I'm like, I'll use my pants, I guess.
Yeah, I'll use anything.
Yeah.
I'll just go out there and like rub a bag of Cheetos until my hands are dry.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of those are so gross. I try to avoid Exxon. They're not terrible, but they can be pretty rough. And there's another one I'm thinking of. Circle K.
Oh, I like Circle K.
You like There's a couple of them. There's one not far south of here that's across the street from a QT, and it's if you have to pull in there, things have gone wrong.
Yeah, and they're about to go worse. It sounds like.
yeah, exactly.
I do like a QT. I like a Quick Trip. Anywhere that's it's gas station, but also they got some stuff going on inside. More than Speedway. Speedway's like.
Oh yeah,
ubiquitous, and then So okay, there was a long way to get to. I think the best gas station is Sheetz for the food.
Okay, I don't think I got any food from Sheetz, but
that's the whole reason to stop at Sheetz.
Oh really?
Yeah, I passed like 8 real restaurants to go dine at the gas station.
After starting comedy, you become a real big fan of gas station food.
And it's also not Speedway where you're eating a hot dog off the thing. This is you order at the kiosk and they make it right there. So they actually have lettuce based stuff like salad, or you can get the deep fried stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I love. I used to. So I'm like an emotional eater, and if I have like a bad show or something. There were times where I would come up, I'd bomb an open mic, and then I would have to drive home, and I would stop at QT, and I would get like 6 of those buffalo chicken rollers.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not proud of this now, but I would take the tray, the hot dog buns would come in, the little plastic ones. You open that up, you throw the bun out, and then you can squirt like sauce in there, and then it's like your own little sauce tray. And as I would drive down the road, I would dip and eat, which is like, my wife saw me do that one time, and she's like, "This is a cry for help.
Yeah,
you need to stop.
This is peak fat." But we all have that. I've never done that. I usually am not a roller. Don't eat at the roller things.
Oh, really? You don't dine? You don't dine at the rolls?
I have, but I know it's guaranteed heartburn, and I don't know. It's either been 1 or 30 hours since that thing has been put on the roller.
I've been known to even reach. So they have like the little things that say like, "Hey, these are still cooking." I've been known to reach past that and get the colder ones, but like they're fine.
They got It's like when you're like, they got a nice crisp when they're 3 hours old or whatever.
Yeah. There was one time where I came in and it was late at night, and the guy was standing there with a trash bag and he was getting ready to throw them out. And I was like reaching for it, and he goes, "Anything you want from there is free." And I was like, oh, it's like my birthday. All right, cool.
Yeah.
And I just threw a bunch in there. Okay. What's the best way to tell if someone's a bad person? The examples up here are like littering, abandoning your shopping cart, drinking while pregnant, which I've had so many women reach out and be like, "Actually, you're allowed to have a little bit of wine." What? And I'm like, this is not a little bit of wine.
This is a lot of bit of Jack.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I do think having a speakerphone conversation in public is a good indicator that you don't care about other people.
That's a good one.
Or, no headphones at all. Whatever you're doing in public, it needs to have headphones.
Yeah. Yeah. If I don't have headphones and I absolutely have to hear something, I will turn my volume down as low as I can and put it next to my ear just to get like, okay, all right, got the gist of it, and then, go from there. But yeah, I can't stand it when people are like, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, hey, we're all here.
Yeah.
Like let's try to be private.
Or it's the same TikTok 30 times, that same 20 seconds of a song, and at the end you're like, I kind of like this song, but I hate it at the same time.
Yeah, you're making me hate this because you won't stop. We talked about this last night a little bit, but when people are just like oblivious to like, they just stand in the middle of like a walkway and like start looking around, which I told you that it's usually a lot of boomers.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so weird to watch them go from like inside to outside, and just the like, it's like they feel like pandas, like in a new enclosure where they're like, "What? This is new." Like, it's like, all right, keep going. There's people behind you.
Yeah, it's like when you first spawn into a video game, and you're like, "Oh, what's all this?
How do I move again? All right, I look with this one and move with this one," and or when they just stop and like start texting. And but they're not capable of texting and walking. No. It's like, just pull to the side. There's nothing wrong with just like lean against the wall. You just get out of the way. Yeah. Like, I'm a big guy, and that's like I get so anxious where I'm like, I'm in the way. I'm in the way. Like at the club, there's not a lot of places to stand, especially when it's packed, And so like, I'm always like, how do I press myself into the corner and get out of everybody's way? Because I always feel like I'm taking up too much space. Yeah. And so when people are just oblivious to it, I'm like, how do you not know?
This is an aisle.
Yeah.
It was created for one reason.
The thing that got me was like during COVID, when the shopping or the grocery stores, they would have arrows like you go this way down this aisle and this way, and people would still just. Which, like, I mean, I get it. You're not used. This is a new concept, whatever. Yeah. But still, like, don't just park your cart sideways and then, like, look at all the mac and cheese types. Yeah. Like, just grab one and go.
Pull to the side like you're in a car.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
But then, some of those people they'll just stop in a car.
Yeah.
And you're like, what are you doing, man?
There was somebody on the way home last night. I was on 64. And they were in the middle lane. They had their flashers on at least, but they were just stopped. And I was like, I don't know if they're broken down or what, but like there was so many people that you would see just right around. And it's like, at least try to get to the,
But then I'm like, do you get out and push? But then I'm going to die quicker if, like.
Yeah.
I also think littering, when I see that because then they'll leave, but then the stuff will be there. Like especially like when you're in like a Walmart parking lot and you're like, that is a dirty diaper.
Yeah,
there's a trash can somewhere around here.
There's a trash can maybe 70 feet from you. It just go toss it away. I can't stand that. I don't know. I've been known to throw an apple core out my window.
I do a banana peel
on the highway.
And if I want the guy behind me to crash, I do a banana peel.
Yeah.
That's biodegradable.
Yeah.
Some it's going to get eaten pretty quickly.
Although I started to have anxiety because one day I was thinking about it and I threw an apple core. I was on the highway and I threw it like out the passenger window, tried to get it to the grass. And then I was driving later and I was like, oh, deer love apples. What if a deer smells the apple core and like walks out to get it and then gets hit by a car and now it's my fault? Like,
I think they were going to be out there anyway. Probably.
Yeah. I know. And then I told that to someone and they're like, that's anxiety. That's what you have. And I was like, but what about like this family? What if they all like, it just hits a bus full of like orphans and then they all explode, and Yeah.
As a medical professional, I concur with that person's opinion.
Yeah.
That is anxiety.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you're a little wound tight, man.
Yeah, you're a catastrophizer, it sounds like.
Oh, you cannot believe. I believe that, like, deep in my soul, that if I don't, like, exercise, I will have a bad show. Mm-hmm. Because I haven't earned the right to do something good. Like, it's I don't know what it is.
Parents?
Maybe parents. I think a lot of it's military.
I was going to say that was my second thing was military.
I've also realized I'm terrible at asking. Like, you told me last year you'd come do this podcast.
Yeah.
And then we talked about, working together this weekend, and I still didn't ask because I was super nervous to be like, oh, you don't ask for things. You don't ask for things. You put in the work, and then opportunities will be presented to you.
But if you ask, were they going to say no?
Yeah.
And you're back to where you started.
Right. Actually, I would prefer a no. There's a lot of people that I have this is what makes me nervous about asking, is there's a lot of people that I have asked that just don't respond at all. And that's worse than a no. At least a no is like, hey, no, I'm busy, or nah, I'm sorry, I don't know if it's going to do much. Yeah. You're like, okay, cool. Yeah. All right. At least, but the thing where it's like, it's seen and then there's just no response, you're like, oh, I'm an idiot.
Well, then you're like, did they see it and forget? Did they see it and just not respond? And then I'm also like, I guess that friendship's dead.
Yeah, I don't know. I try not to hold people, accountable for that. I wouldn't kill a friendship just because.
No, they did. I didn't.
Oh, they did. Yeah.
I guess I can never approach this person again.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I guess we're never gonna speak again. Yeah. But I don't know. It's weird because I'm not in that. I felt bad about asking you for this weekend. I was like, I typed it out and then I sat there and looked at it for 2 days before I hit send.
And then you still didn't.
Well, no, I meant like just working with you at the Funny Bone.
Yeah.
I was like, I typed it out and then I sat there and I was like, no, don't do that. That's dumb.
I told you.
I know. You even told me, but that's how my brain works. I'm like, no, if he wants you, he'll ask for you. But if he doesn't, it's somebody else's turn. You can't be greedy. You got to let and it's been absolutely catastrophic to my career. But
make a goal of once a week you ask for something. Could be small, could be big. And the thing is, if it doesn't come to fruition, you're back where you started.
Yeah, that's true. That is very good advice. There are a lot of comics, especially here in St. Louis, that have started like after me that have absolutely no problem asking for everything.
Yeah.
And it works out great for them. And I'm just like...
Yeah. Ask for things when you also feel like you can live up to that ask. Some people, I wish I had their confidence with my performance skills and material.
Yeah.
Like I ran open mic forever, and you watch and you're like, this guy's got all the charisma. He's got all the confidence. No jokes. Nothing. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't even know it. I wish I had his confidence and the rest of everything of me.
Yeah, we talked about this last night. I would rather be the person that like beats themselves up constantly but can deliver than the guy who's walks in, he's like, I'm awesome, everybody else is the problem. If you don't get it, that's your problem, and then bombs. And it's like, I'm so glad I'm not that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
And when I ran open mic, I could usually pick out at least one bomb, and that meant it was the loudest person in the meeting. Like if they were, I would call out the names, and they would have a funny quip, and I would just mentally log it. I would say, "There's a bomb right there," and 9 times out of 10, I was right.
Yeah,
it's the phrase, "The empty can rattles the most." You talk the most, and then you're gonna end up bombing the most.
I like that. I like that a lot. That's because I ran an open mic for a couple of years here. A couple different ones. Because everywhere I did an open mic at, is no longer in business.
Mm-hmm. Well,
yeah. Not
maybe
saying
that's
it's
you.
Yeah. Maybe it is me. Maybe I shouldn't be asking for stuff. But that was a thing. It was always the people that are like, man, how do I get up there? I'm gonna do. And you're like, all right, yeah, sign up.
Yeah. Where's your manager? Did you ever have anybody show up with their manager?
No.
At the open mic, or, hey man, I need like an hour. How many times have you done stand up? None. You do not need 3 minutes. Like,
I was at an open mic Thursday night after our show, and there was a guy out on the back patio who was wearing shorts, first of all, and he was like, I'm a comic, and he was like, are you guys playing tonight? I was like, what do you mean? He's like, are you gonna go play? I was like,
you got the terminology down.
Am I doing a set? And he's like, yeah, going to play. He's like, I'm a comic. You call it going to play. And I was like, oh, you do? I didn't. Okay, cool.
Where did you do comedy at, sir?
Yeah. And he was like, man, this town ain't shit. Portland's a great comedy town. And I was like, I'm sure Portland's great. I don't think you know anything about Portland.
No, but I kind of would have wanted to put him up to see.
I kept asking. I was like, when did you sign up? What number are you? And he's like, I didn't sign up. I'm not going up. I was like, no, come on. I want to, like, maybe I can learn something from you. I want to, I kept trying to get him to do it. And he's like, nah, they're not ready for me. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought.
And then there are guys that'll be like, I do comedy, but I do it at work. And that just means they're the funny person, but that's not doing comedy.
Yeah.
You could be funny.
Yeah. You could be funny, and you could do comedy, but you don't. That's the thing that drives me nuts, is when people they're so delusional. There was I don't know. There was a guy recently who's started, and he went up to a headliner and was like, hey, you should let me on your show. And the guy's like, why? I don't know anything about you. And he's like, I smash. And the headliner's like, oh, I'm sure you do, man.
Again, I probably would have, all right, I want to see you smash. Because I love a train wreck. But that goes back to asking for things that you're like, okay, maybe I feel like I've done a self-assessment and I'm honest with myself. I feel okay asking for this. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people don't have that. We talked that one of the most important things of comedy is to be self-aware. Because how can you tell a joke about yourself if you're not even aware of you?
Yeah.
And some people they just ask, but they've never been told no, or they don't know any better.
And the thing, I think a lot of comics, comics are mean to each other. Mm-hmm. Like we'll talk shit behind each other's backs, but most of the time, face to face, a lot of comics are pretty nice. Where I've seen some big name headliners get asked by these scrub open micers, like, hey, can I do a spot? And they're like, yeah, I guess so, man.
It's just easier to, because then you don't even have to watch.
Yeah.
It's just
But it almost is bad on the headliner, because they're like, if I say no, he's gonna go and say that I'm a dick to he's gonna tell 15 people I was mean to him.
Yeah.
But he's gonna go up and ruin the show, and then.
But also sometimes when you run a show, at least from that standpoint, you have to learn to tell people no. And when you are the gatekeeper of a thing, you just have to resign yourself to know that not everybody's going to like you.
Yeah.
But it's for the good of the show.
Yeah. I kind of wish there were a little bit of maybe not gatekeepers, but I wish there were you had to get a comedy license. You have to put this many hours in on stage.
Cracker Barrel has the stars on the apron.
Yeah, exactly.
I need you to be a 3-star to do a guest spot.
I love that. There's so many times I wish other jobs did that. Had a rank structure,
Yeah.
I would love that, especially at open mics, where it's you have to go to, in a year, you have to do whatever, 300 open mics or something like that. You have to get
your learner's permit. You gotta have 50 hours.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, like a pilot's license. How many stage hours do you have? Ooh, 6.
Yeah, but even then, sometimes that doesn't matter. Sometimes it's the most tenacious person, and that they've been doing comedy for 5 years, and you're like, this has not gotten better, and it's got worse.
Yeah, it's gotten much, much worse. It's like, how are you going backwards?
Yeah.
It's like you almost have, it's like, you're like, you have to try to like go like, I don't understand.
You've unwritten some funny stuff.
Yeah. You tried to trim the fat on a joke and got rid of the best part, like the only part that worked.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah, gatekeepers are good and bad, but then sometimes you just need like again, it's up to the person, and then you just don't want that to go to your own head, you know?
My buddy runs a show in Cape Girardeau, and he recently reached out to a bunch of different cities and said, you know, hey, I run this show, send me a tape. I'm looking for new people to headline and feature and stuff like that. And he said that he's just been flooded with anyone and everyone who has a, 3.5 minutes on stage. And he's just sit through hours of just bombing and just like, why would you send this? Like, I don't understand.
Because shoot your shot.
Yeah.
That's the thing is, what do they have to lose? But then sometimes you don't understand that your first impression is going to be the lasting one.
You said you love a train wreck. I can't stand it. When I watch bad comedy, it like makes my skin crawl.
Oh, I love it. I love watching bad comedy. Sometimes it makes me laugh harder than good comedy, because I had the line last night where I said, don't shoot the messenger, shoot that dog.
Yeah.
About Old Yeller. And I don't always say that, but I know how it's going to go, where I say, shoot that dog about Old Yeller, and people are like, brrr. I like that.
That is fun, though. There are some jokes that you throw out there, you're like, this one's just for me.
Yeah, I like, because I know what your reaction is, and it's going to make me laugh. That's what a bad comic does to an audience, that makes me laugh in the back.
But I would say like a groan from, saying something that makes the audience like laugh and then groan. That's not bad comedy. Silence is bad. I mean, yeah, you shouldn't just go for groans, but at least there's something there, There's some people where they're on stage and it's just dead silent, and it makes me so uncomfortable. Like I start to like, I have to like walk out of the room.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to get this on me.
And it's such a contrast from a good show. It'll be three good, not even good comics, but they're getting laughs, and then that person will go up, and it's like the brakes have been put on the show, where we're all just, this is now a waiting room for funny, because it's coming, but it's not right now.
A waiting room for funny is hilarious.
That's the new name of this podcast, by the way.
Yeah, waiting room for funny. Yeah. All right, you're into.
So I'm going to say sorry.
No.
Litter, people that litter, that irks me.
Yeah, that's a big one. Shopping carts, not putting your shopping carts away is also.
Because it's right over there.
Yeah. Yeah, you took that responsibility when you got the cart, that you would put it away. And the people that load up their stuff and then just kind of like toss it to the side, it drives me absolutely insane. And my wife, one of the reasons I started going to therapy is that she saw that I started to write down license plate numbers of people who didn't put their carts away.
Yeah.
And she's like, why do you have that? And I'm like, just in case I see them again.
It's like you're building a vendetta.
Yeah.
Like a vendetta diary.
I feel like I'm the guy in Billy Madison that has like the list of names.
Yeah.
And like Billy calls, he's like, hey, sorry I was mean to you. And he's like crosses the name out and he's putting on lipstick.
Yeah, Steve Buscemi.
Yeah, I'm just polishing a rifle, putting on lipstick with license plate numbers next to me. All right, who had the best intro song in professional wrestling?
Oh, man. That's so you can talk about a few people. Stone Cold might be the best, because you get the glass break at the beginning. It's just kind of a Pavlov's dog, and you're like, oh shit, he's here. I'm trying to think of Randy Orton's is pretty good too. I'm not saying that because we're in St. Louis, but it's I hear voices in my head, and then you're like, oh, it's just that first few seconds that oh shit, somebody is here. I'm trying to think of who else. So I have like a Mount Rushmore of wrestlers. So it'd be like Stone Cold, Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, maybe. That probably changes. But nobody's music really hits like Stone Cold's.
I didn't grow up watching wrestling.
Yeah.
And I've started kind of getting into it. Like I've been watching some clips and stuff, and I'm like, okay, I'm starting to get why people are into it.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a show with Bryce Evans, who runs Celebrations in Marion,
Mm-hmm.
and he's doing the Little Egypt Comedy Festival. So look for that if you're in the Southern Illinois area. But we did a show in Carbondale one time, and they asked for his walkout song, and he picked Stone Cold Steve Austin's.
Yeah.
And he doesn't drink beer, but he had 2 sodas with him.
Mm-hmm.
And he went up on stage and smashed him over his head and did like that. And he told me he was going to do it. And I was like, don't do that, man. The venue's probably going to get mad. Like they're going to.
Yeah.
But as soon as the glass broke, everyone at the bar and like everyone in the audience was like, yeah, like that. I mean, like lost it. And I was like, I've never been more wrong in my entire life.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize it was such a big thing. But
the entrance now, because there used to be in wrestling was no entrance. You just walked out when they said your name. But like, Shinsuke Nakamura is another one. He's from Japan, but he has just this. It has a lot of violin in it, and he's kind of like he's very charismatic, kind of Michael Jackson-esque.
okay.
And especially like during a WrestleMania is like really when they put on for the walkout entrance. You know, they'll like for him they had a bunch of violin players or a guitar player, or sometimes whoever sings an intro song, they'll get that band. Motorhead will be there, and then Triple H will walk out. So that's when they do it up big. I also think sometimes the entrance makes the performer, and then sometimes the performer makes the entrance. Stone Cold didn't really do anything, but glass broke and he walk out, and he was already talking shit on the way out. You could just see him talking.
He
didn't know what he was. He was just like, you didn't know what he was saying, but you already knew he was mad. You know, and I think he made the song. When some other people, there was a guy named Bobby, I can't remember what his name is, but it's Glorious is his song. Glory, and you would watch for the entrance, and then the wrestling was good too, but his entrance I think was better than the rest of what he did. Mm-hmm. No shame to that guy, but I think sometimes it works where the performer lives up to the entrance as well.
The only one that I remember,
Bobby Roode, by the way.
I didn't grow up watching it, like I said, but I got a WWE or maybe WWF wrestling game for like the GameCube. Mm-hmm. It was way back, 20 years ago. And the only one I remember was Trish Stratus, because you could watch the intro. And
Trish Stratus?
Yeah, maybe that was it. And she was just like in a bikini or whatever. And I remember watching that. I could probably draw that intro from
pixelated,
yeah.
Not even real nudity, but yeah.
It was like Tomb Raider with the triangular boobs and stuff like that. Yeah, that was a big part of my childhood.
Look at those blocks on her.
Look at those right angles, man.
Yeah.
Did
you have a song then?
No, not really. I mean, I guess I would have to go with Steve Austin just because that's the only one I've ever really seen before. Mm-hmm. Did Ric Flair have who was Real American Hero? Or I
Hogan.
Am a Real American.
Hulk
is that
Hogan.
Hulk?
Yeah.
I don't really want to say Hulk.
You can separate Terry Bollea from Hulk Hogan. I still think he's, is he garbage, as the podcast says? Mm-hmm. Yes, but also you can't deny his contributions to pro wrestling.
Yeah. I'm halfway through that documentary they just put out on Netflix, and I'm waiting for it. He's at the peak right now, and I'm hoping that they do a hard
stuff to go black and white.
Yeah.
And we're not talking NWO. We're talking, and then Things went bad for the Hulkster.
I forgot about that because he had that NWO where he turned heel, right?
Yeah.
Kinda? Yeah. All right. See, I didn't even know that phrase until I think I hosted a show for Mick Foley.
Yeah.
And there was I was at Laughing Gas in Cape when that was still around. And there was another door guy there, Mark, who loved wrestling. And he had to explain everything to me. He's like, okay, you got to understand. There's the heel, and then there's the hero, and then this guy, blah, blah, blah. And he was like having to explain this stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. It's just completely lost to me.
It's good and evil.
Yeah.
Is what it is. And
I kind of like it, though. I like that. I like the heel. Like, I like a little bit of the bad guy, you know?
And part of a bad guy is like charisma, and part of it is, even in movies and TV, is that you kind of think he's right a little bit.
Yeah.
But he just is also wrong, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, he's bad, but I get it, you know?
Yeah.
That always makes the best villains in any movie, where you're like, I kind of see where he's coming from.
Are we gonna do best villain, or should
we could? Yeah,
manufacture this
for sure.
What is the best villain then of super? Are we talking superheroes or just in general?
Well, let's do just in general.
Okay.
I mean, I think best if we were gonna do superheroes, like I might have to go like Thanos or something like that. Like, all right, I kind of see where you're coming from, I guess. Like half the pot, you know, there's not enough resources for everyone to survive. We have to, you know, kind of, but best just villain.
Because there's also, you know, Darth Vader.
Yeah.
There's the Joker. I did a whole podcast about the best villain. And now nothing is coming to mind, but it's to me, when I picture the best villain is the Heath Ledger Joker.
Okay, yeah.
But so is every other incel, like me, where I don't even agree with anything that he really said. It's just the performance, and also he's just an agent of chaos. He's not really in it for anything. He burns a stack of money because he doesn't even care about it. He's just a guy that likes to cause chaos.
Yeah, he's just in it to just disrupt the status quo. Well, if we're talking about like good performances and stuff like that, then one that comes to mind, I'm hesitant to say it, but Christoph Waltz and Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah. Well, you just like Nazis in general. Show your tattoo.
Yeah, right. Okay. No,
like he's great.
And also, he doesn't think he's a villain. He just thinks he's doing his job, and he's good at it. And it's like, that's what makes it terrifying, is that he's not doing it to be evil. He's just doing it because that's what he's supposed to do, you know? And that's like, like, I don't know. Like, if someone's doing something evil because they're like, oh, this is evil, and they enjoy it. Like,
they know it's bad.
Yeah. But when someone is oblivious to how bad they're being, it's like, that's when it's scary to me.
Well, here's a deep cut, and I think we'll probably talk about horror, but a good villain, and nobody really talks about him, but he's my favorite Universal monster, is the Invisible Man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so the movie is from the 1930s. Not, you know, it's not a lot of people are just going to go watch that type of thing, but like he is just how he becomes invisible is he does the science experiment, but he's going crazy. And like he pushes over a baby carriage in this movie in the 1930s. He derails a train. He ties a guy to a car.
Oh my gosh.
And then puts a brick or something on the accelerator to then have it go over a cliff. Like and then he laughs the whole movie about it.
That's pretty, that's a good one.
And he's also invisible. That's in like the top 10 of, hey, what power would you want? Maybe top 5. Would you want to be invisible, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I would. I feel like if you ask someone, hey, what superpower would you choose? And their first answer is invisibility, they're a bit of a pervert. or they're either a
then I'll
pervert
change my answer,
or they're
but-
no. Just like I don't know. I just feel like okay. Well, what are you trying to get away with? That's my first.
Everything, it sounds like.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you're laughing while pushing over a baby carriage or derailing a train, that's pretty intense.
So what would your, because I think mine, because is time travel a superpower?
Yeah, I would say so.
So then maybe that, because then you could do a lot of stuff with that.
Yeah.
But then also flying.
I would say flying because I'm done with stairs.
Mm-hmm.
It would be so nice to just imagine having groceries and just being like, oh, and you just onto your deck or whatever. And
I love that the thought of somebody gaining a bunch of weight because they stopped walking because they just only fly.
They only fly. Yeah, all the flyers are fat because they don't.
I don't know the science of burning calories while flying. I don't know if that does anything. Then the other, I would maybe say telekinesis.
Yeah.
Because then I could just make myself fly.
Oh, that's smart.
And then I could move stuff across the room.
Actually, you know what? I would love to have like Magneto powers and manipulate metal, and you could just make a metal disc to fly on. Like that's such an underrated. He's so powerful in the comics and stuff, but a lot of people don't think about it.
Yeah.
That's such a great power to have. Like he can manipulate the metal in your blood, and he can manipulate, like all the magnetic field of the earth and stuff like that. Like that's wild to me.
And that's a good villain.
Yeah, that's a great villain.
Based on Malcolm X and then Professor X is MLK maybe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that kind of what they did? I didn't know that.
So, it's the whole Professor Xavier is like, we have to be peaceful and live with the humans, and then Magneto is like, well, we're just going to extinguish them.
Yeah.
And his backstory is he was in the Holocaust.
Yeah.
And he won't go back or whatever he says, and it's part of it. When you see how people treat the mutants, then you're like, I kind of get it. But also, don't extinguish people. You shouldn't.
Yeah.
But also, I'm like, I understand.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. That is true, because in the comics, it's kind of like, okay, every time Magneto kind of steps away, then they have they bring out the Sentinels and they do this, and he has to come back and crush everything, and then they're like, oh, he's so powerful, we need to stop him, and it's like, no, you poked the bear. This is your fault. You know. That's why I was a big Magneto fan for a while. I really liked. I was never into Wolverine until Hugh Jackman started playing him, because I never related to him because he was short, and just a short, stinky, grumpy guy or whatever. And I was like Cyclops, and then the movies came out, and I was like, yeah, he's all right. Wolverine's
I don't know anybody that says Cyclops, and I'm not even a huge X-Men guy, but nobody says Cyclops. I hope you know that.
Oh, I know that a lot of people think he's like a tool, and he's like this Boy Scout and stuff like that. But I liked him because he was like the leader, and he had all these people that didn't want to work together, but he still had to make them come together and get along, and he wanted he wanted to be a family man, kind of wanted to just settle down with Jean, but also she just keeps dying, and which I think has the record for the most deaths in comic book history.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, she's I think she's died 13 times over the years.
Okay.
And then always comes back somehow.
Yeah.
And poor Scott, he's a poor Cyclops.
Can't do another way. Well, by 13, he's like, I'll see you soon, I guess.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Are we still together when you're dead, or
We were on a break.
Yeah, we were on a break.
How? Well, you were dead.
She's like, I wasn't dead. I was the eternal Phoenix Force in the universe. And it's like, oh, okay.